Hey guys, what's up? In this video, we are going to answer 5 questions. Number 1, what are the causes of health problem? Explain your answer. Number 2, what are the possible red flags for an autism child? Number 3, research for a child who have autism spectrum disorder and feature him or her. Indicate him or her name, age, characteristics, and how her parents handle him or her. Number 4, what are the different types of learning disabilities? Number 5, what is ADD? And what are the common characteristics?
Number 1.
What are the causes of health problem? Explain your answer.
Good day everyone, my name is Michael Ngai. Today we will be discussing about the health problem. The question is, what are the causes of health problem? Health problem can be caused by a person's genetic makeup, lifestyle behaviors, and smoking to exposure to toxic substances or another reason. With multiple health problems, one illness or each treatment might lead to another. Two kinds of factors may cause personal health issues. One type can be changed to improve health statuses like diets, lifestyle, and physical activities. In contrast, the second kind cannot be altered to manage common health issues such as genes, family history, and ethnicity. That's all. Thank you.
Number 2.
What are the possible red flags for an autism child?
Hello everyone, good day. I am King Lloyd Panyamugan, and in this video we're going to tackle another topic, and it is all about the possible red flag for an autism child. But before we proceed, let's define first what is autism. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a developmental disability caused by differences in the brain. People with ASD often have problems with social communication and interaction, and restricted or repetitive behaviors or interest. It may also have different ways of learning, moving, or paying attention. Now, let's proceed to our main discussion, which are the possible red flags for an autism child. It is categorized into 3. First is the communication red flags. Next is the behavioral red flags. And lastly, the social red flags. Let's tackle first the communication red flags. Okay, the first red flag is no babbling for 11 months of age. Supposed to be during this age, the baby should start mix different sounds together. For instance, maba or bedi. The second red flag is no simple gesture by 12 months. During this age, there should be progress in child's communication. Like he or she knows how to gesture, like waving their hands, shaking their head, and reaching, pointing, and also clapping. Next is no two-word phrases by 24 months. According to the study of this particular age, toddlers begin sharing 2 words to create sentence, such as baby sleeping, mommy's up, or more juice. Now, let's proceed to behavioral red flags. We have the oversensitive to certain textures, sounds, or lights. When autistic childs are oversensitive to sensory information, it is called hypersensitivity. This child often try to avoid sensory experiences. When they have sensory experiences that they don't like, they might distress by crying, wanting to get away from sensory input, withdrawing or shutting down. They might also put their hands over the ears or eyes, steam more or seem restless, stressed, or irritable. Next is lack of interest in toys or play with them in unusual way. This type of behavior can be seen in a child with a disability. Based on what I observe, they play with their toys differently than others. Example, lining up, spinning, opening, closing parts rather than using the toy as whole. Okay, next is odd or repetitive ways of moving fingers or hands. These movements commonly associated with developmental disability like the autism spectrum disorders. It may feel that the child had no control or awareness of their actions. Lastly, the social red flags. Okay, the first red flag in the social red flag is rarely makes eye contact when interacting with people. Some people with autism actively avoid eye contact and appear confused and anxious with it occurs. Some seem to make eye contact relatively early but later reported they were actually looking at something that fascinated them. The next red flag is rarely smiles socially. Children with autism spectrum disorder face various challenges when it comes to social interaction. Social communication difficulties, lack of understanding social cues, limited empathy, repetitive behaviors, adherence to routines, and intensive interest can all impact their ability to engage meaningful social connections. Okay, the last red flag for social red flags is the avoids or ignores other children when they are approached. Many children with autism spectrum disorders either underreact or overreact to sensory stimuli. At times, they may ignore people speaking them, even to the point of appearing deaf. However, at other times, they may disturb by even softest sounds. Now, how are we going to communicate or interact to the children with ASD with the said red flags? Of course, we have to be patient. Yes guys, patient is a virtue. Teach the child how to express anger without being too aggressive. Be persistent but resilient. Always stay positive. Be affectionate and respectful. And lastly, show your love and interest. That's all for today's discussion. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Time.
Number 3.
Research for a child who have autism spectrum disorder and feature him more, her indicate him more, her name, age, characteristics, and how her parents handle him more, her.
Good day, everyone. My name is Judith C. Pasigna, and my task is to research a child who have autism spectrum disorder. Being a parent is definitely the most challenging yet the most important and rewarding job that a person could ever take on. But what more if we're going to do it single-handedly with the two special kids? Let's meet Hashna Cabral with her two special kids. Her daughter named Basha, who's now 12 years old, she has intellectual disability. At first, Hashna used to be in denial until she realized that her daughter behaved and think differently. Thus, she decided to enroll her in a special school wherein she learned that there's actually a proper way to teach her daughter. Unexpectedly, her second son, kid Baste, 8 years old now, was detected to have a global developmental features of autism. The characteristic of her child was difficulty in understanding and engaging in social interaction, such as making eye contact, understanding social cues, and formatting friendships, have delayed speech development or difficulty in understanding and using language, engaging in repetitive movement or actions such as hand flapping, rocking, or lining up toys in specific order in common in child with autism disorder. While raising both of them is hard for her already, witnessing how her helpless and naive daughter and son got bullied by other kids in school further inflicted pain on her.
Number 4.
What are the different types of learning disabilities?
Good day everyone, I am Marilise Michon, and today I will discuss to you what are different types of learning disabilities. We have the 5 types of learning disabilities: the dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, NVLD or the non-verbal learning disabilities, and the ATD or auditory and visual processing disorder. Dyslexia. Dyslexia came from the Greek origin, which is impaired. This is the type of learning disabilities which is the person has trouble in understanding written words. It is also referred as reading disability or reading disorder. These are the symptoms of dyslexia: delayed speech, problems with pronunciation, problems with rhyming words and learning rhymes, difficulty with learning shapes, colors, and how to write their own name. Dyscalculia is a mathematical disability which is a person has a difficult time in solving arithmetic problems and grasping math concepts. These are the symptoms of dyscalculia. Individuals may have difficulty reading clocks to tell time, counting money, identifying patterns, remembering math facts, and solving mental math. Counts with fingers because of difficulty with counting. Problems with differentiating between left and right. Dysgraphia, it is a writing disability which a person finds it's hard to form letters and write within a defined space. These are the symptoms of dysgraphia. Avoiding written work, producing only a few words or sentences at a time when other pupils are completing many paragraphs. Excessive difficulties in composing a text. Omitting words frequently in sentences or unfinished sentences. Auditory and visual processing disorder is a sensory disability which a person has difficulty in understanding language despite normal hearing and vision. These are the symptoms of auditory and visual processing disorder. Understand speech in the presence of competing background noise or in resonating acoustic environments. Inability to localize the source of a signal. Issues with hearing on the phone. Difficulty following rapid speech. While learning disabilities, it is a neurological disorder which originates in the right hemisphere of the brain, causing problems with visual, spatial, organizational, evaluative, and holistic processing function. These are the symptoms of nonverbal learning disabilities. Difficulty in developing fine motor skills, those results in poor handwriting, difficulty learning to tie their shoelaces, and problems using small tools and utensils. Exhibit difficulty with reading comprehension or mathematical problem solving. Physically clumsy, often bumps into objects or people.
Number 5.
What is a DD and what are the common characteristics?
Good day everyone, my name is Kimberly B. Planas. So today I will discuss with you about ADD and what are the common characteristics. So, what is ADD? ADD stands for Attention Deficit Disorder, which is and neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by difficulties in maintaining attention, controlling impulses, and regulating activity levels. Common characteristics of an include: number 1 is inattention, difficulty sustaining focus on tasks, easily distracted by irrelevant stimuli, frequently making careless mistakes, and difficulty organizing tasks and activities. Number 2 is impulsivity, acting without thinking, interrupting others, blurting out answers, and difficulty waiting for one's turn. Number 3 is hyperactivity, excessive fidgeting, restlessness, and difficulty remaining seated in situations where it's expected. It's important to note that individuals with ADD may not exhibit all of these characteristics, and the severity can vary from person to person. Additionally, symptoms may change over time and can be influenced by various factors such as environment, stress levels, and coexisting conditions. Thank you.
That's all, guys, for today's video. Thank you all for watching.